So my current job is I gotta get rid of this rust. The easiest way to go about this may be to just like cut here, but I wanna make sure that I get it all. And again, as we go on, all these parts are not gonna be really chassis rigidity. So I'm just gonna cut this out, which I've obviously already started. Make sure that the metal behind it is good, and then I'll get a new piece of metal. Honestly, I may just cut it off of this door because this door is going to be trashed. And then I'll go ahead and be able to just do a flat piece right here again in its way, and then we'll see about cleaning up that little bit. The nice thing is as long as the metal behind here is good, it's not that big of a deal because there's brackets that go on the inside here and then it just gets sandwiched together. So pretty easy. Got this all cut out. Sadly, there's actually a little bit more down in here. So I know for a fact that this metal is going to have to go because enough of it's thin that I'm starting to just wear straight through it. There is stuff to stop rust from spreading more, but I want this thing to be solid, like as solid as I possibly can, and I don't feel like redoing any of this. On the inside here, it doesn't look that bad. But I can tell from this spot right here that some of it made its way through. Again, stuff like this, I don't really care. I can easily cut this little bit out here as long as it's not a lot, and then just put another piece in. Probably from this side. But I do want to make sure that this is all structurally sound. I am gonna end up, drilling out all these little pinch welds and taking this piece off and taking a look down in here to see what the best plan of attack is for down here. The car's not going to get painted for a while, but I want to make sure that when that time comes, I'm not worried about, oh, did I get enough of the rust out? Is it gonna, spending all this money on a paint job just to have the thing rust out again is not worth it. So take the time now, do it right the first time, and then you won't have to worry about it in the future. I decided to cut the next layer of it because you actually have 3 layers of metal coming together here. You have this piece which goes up, I believe, to pinch onto this at some point. You have this, which is this whole panel here, and then this right here is actually from like the roof line here also. So technically a 4, and then you have the bracket. This bracket has a couple of pinch welds here and here. Just keeping this in place. So this is why I'm not too worried about everything else that I'm cutting out. I don't have to worry about losing my initial mounting spot for the door because it really just gets pressed in between here with those plates that I've talked about previously. As far as what I'm gonna do next, there's a little bit here, so I'm gonna cut this out. My main concern, I don't know if I can get a good shot of it, but is in between these pieces of metal. I have a little bit that I can see. I am a little worried about it carrying up. The only issue is if I take too much stuff away, you have the potential for the car to actually start sagging on the side, right? Like this metal can move and bend a little bit. You don't want to take too much out, otherwise you'll run into issues. So you kind of have to do it piece by piece, or at least I do, if I want to get it done right, but kind of do it myself. I'm figuring it out as I go. I'll figure out what was good and what was bad, and I'll let you know what I got from it as I go. Some time has passed. Things have happened, clearly. First off, got some paint on here. This is Steel It weldable paint. And I have this piece of metal that is cut out to somewhat nicely fit in there. And then this will go around here too. Have to trim a little bit more of this. But once these 2 pieces are welded on, then I need another piece to go this line all the way across, because that's how it was, I think. Going based off of memory. Either way, that's not like super important. This is really just to get this, back shut. Technically, this one piece would be enough to have it actually be closed and secure and all that. I just want to go ahead and make it how it was. I do have to cut the holes in here before I weld it. That way I can reattach my hinge. But my next step is to come back here and practice, because I don't really know how to weld. The reason I'll be doing it on this is it's the same metal that I used to cut out those plates.
That way I can learn how hot it has to be, you know, how fast I want my weld to come out and all that. I just did a couple of passes, like quick little things. That was the first one. That was the second. I went over it again just a little bit right there just to see what would happen. I tried actually like bending this off and it's picking up the whole thing. Are they the prettiest welds ever? Absolutely not. Not even close. But you can always grind it down and it's in a spot you can't even see. It's gonna all be painted. So, should work for what I need it to be. Boom. Got some metal in place. Also did this piece around the side to wrap it around. Now, I have to do the exact same thing again. Reason being is this piece of metal actually goes all the way down, just like this piece goes all the way up. This piece wraps around and ends about there. So if I don't do the second piece, then my door will sit too far in. Everything that I weld here, I'll probably end up putting a thin layer of Bondo over or like body filler just to make sure that it doesn't leak. Not that I think it will leak, but you never know until it's actually time to get there. For my first time welding and then grinding everything down, not the worst it could have been. Could have been better, definitely could have been worse. I'm gonna grind it a little bit more later, and obviously I'm gonna repaint it for one last time, but I think it came out all right. If we really wanna look, that's OEM Ford. So like OEM, me. OEM, me. I'd say it's okay. So I think that about wraps up this second video, you know? Got this done, kind of a big thing for me. I'm pretty happy with how that came out, to be honest. You know, it's progress. If you guys wanna see like every single hole that I patch, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably just fix them, do like a quick little before and after, and then move on to something more fun, like starting the IRS swap, which is what I'm most excited about. Of all the things going on, that is the thing that has me the most hype. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Comment down below. I'm also on Reddit in the Fox Body forum, so see me over there. If you have any questions, feel free, DM me, follow me on Instagram. Piece of metal off or something, get rid of all the paint, and then get rid of all the paint, cut the piece of metal off, then I can practice. So yeah.